Hi, everybody. It's Stephanie Salanik with Realty 365 and United Realty Partners. Wanted to come on here briefly. I know How to Buy at Sheriff Sales is a pretty popular video that I have recorded, and post-COVID, it will be a whole new world of how to bid at sheriff sales. So, specifically talking about southeastern Pennsylvania and the Lehigh Valley area. So some sales were canceled completely. Some sales still were hosted, but pretty much nothing sold. If it did, it went back to the creditor or went for over market value, in my opinion. And now that the moratorium on evictions and foreclosure is ending, that it was deemed unconstitutional, that the CDC had no right to enact that policy, now banks are able to start bringing properties through the foreclosure process again. So yay to all us real estate investors. But the most important part is to do due diligence on these properties. So now that the lists are coming back out, what we predicted once the sales were going to start again is that there was going to be a huge increase in the amount of properties that were going to be sold at each sale, but that would last for a couple of months until the backlog caught up and until the distress that COVID has caused really came into the marketplace, and those foreclosures we're predicting are about 2 to 3 years out because there are so many government programs to help work out the issues of why people were not paying during COVID, that they do have some assistance programs, that they have a lot of things to the benefit of homeowners. But if they don't take advantage of it, those properties will probably be hitting the distressed marketplace in about 2 to 3 years from now. So in looking at the lists, I mean, the days of getting something for $5,000, it was hard before, but definitely not going to happen again with the amount of demand in the marketplace right now. Something else to consider is we have an influx of cash buyers that are owner occupants. I'm not quite sure where everybody's getting their cash at these days, but cash is king. It does bring opportunities to them to purchase at sheriff sale now too. Sorry, sun setting behind me, so the light's kind of going a little bit in and out with the clouds. I apologize for the difference in the video here. But in just thinking about who is your competition at the sheriff sale these days. So it isn't necessarily an investor. It might be an owner occupant. It might be a neighbor. It might be a real estate investment trust, a REIT as they call it. It might be a private capital fund that is buying these properties. And me as a flipping investor, a lot of times we're looking at properties that we need to turn a profit of at least $20,000 on resale. But many of the other buyers that you're up against at the sheriff's sale now are buying these properties as rental hold because the rental marketplace is so crazy and values are going so high. And obviously investors that are buying for a rental hold are going to be willing to pay more for that property than you as a flipping investor. Something else, another way of making money on these deals is to get the property under contract, get the deed on it, and sell it as is to owner occupants that have cash. Many cash buying owner occupants are not going to show up at the sheriff's sale, but they may be willing to purchase those properties in as is condition and do work themselves. You find buyers in the marketplace are very stressed and frustrated that they're not able to secure properties and go under contract on things. So now that we're going to start seeing sheriff sales hosted in person, a few counties in the area have switched to an online bid for assets process. I love the idea of bidding online. It definitely opens it up to more people than can show up that day at the sheriff sale and bid in person. So I'm hoping that the trend for these sales and property auctions is going to shift to an online presence in the next few years, all of them. But for the ones that are still being held in person, obviously they're still doing COVID protocols, but they're basically going to be run the same way that they were, just with social distancing and masks as well. So if you guys are interested in the sheriff's sale, because this is a comment I get on my videos a lot, is what is your fee? How can you help me? I get people that message me all the time. I see this property. I want to bid on this property. Can you help me? Obviously, I'm a real estate agent and a real estate investor. And if you would like my assistance in purchasing one of these properties, I am happy to do that for you. There are a few things that we look for. One, that if you are buying under an entity name, you have your entity established and ready to go, which means you have your articles of incorporation, your operating agreement, that is ready so that when we tell them at the courthouse what name you're buying under, that is the correct information. Second is proof of funds cash. You must have cash available to you, not in stocks, not in a mutual fund, not in a home equity line of credit. You have cash sitting in a bank account ready to make this purchase, because you will need 10% down the day of the sale and 90% within 10, 15, or 30 days, depending on the county that you are buying in. So if you have those two items and there is a particular property of interest, or you'd like to tell us what you're looking for and we can search the available properties for you, we're happy to do that. Our fee is $3,500 or 3%, the greater of 3%. So if you are buying a property for $300,000 at auction, that would be a $9,000 commission to you. I'm happy to go over fees and what our services involve. If you are interested, just reach out to me. I know a lot of people like to comment on YouTube and leave their comments there, or email me directly. I'm happy to talk to anybody, but please know that it is hard to assist folks if you are not my client. So you would need to sign up as a client, and I'm happy to assist you, or enjoy our videos about how to buy at sheriff's sale. So coming at you live from Florida. I'll be back in the Lehigh Valley for the end of July and for the sales that are going to start happening. Because July 2021 is when sheriff sales are moving again. Distressed inventory is going to start moving. So as a real estate investor, be excited. I'm excited. Lots more opportunities coming soon. Have a great day, everyone.